Flem Studios in sunny Southern California. This is the Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition. Your host, Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming.
Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some football? Hey folks, this is your boy Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming coming to you once again with another new episode of Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition for the 2021 NFL season. Yes, again, like I said before, football is back again. College and NFL. And like I said, we're going to focus on the NFL since today begins the official regular season. There's been some changes since the Super Bowl. Like I said, of course, you probably already know that the preseason has been shortened to 3 games, and the regular season has been added another game. So now we have a 17-game regular season. So that's the biggest news as far as any major changes. And also, of course, we know Tom Brady, who would have thought he would win a Super Bowl with another team after spending 20 years with the Patriots and winning 6 Super Bowls with them, even at the expense of my Atlanta Falcons. But anyway, we'll get to that at another time. But let's think it positive, and this is a new season. Look forward to new and great, better things. Like I said, also there's been some changes around the league since the Super Bowl. Of course, Cam Fig Newton. He got cut by the New England Patriots, and Matt Jones, rookie who just got drafted from Alabama, who won a national title with Alabama. He's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. And also, of course, that Drew Brees finally retired after 20 plus years playing in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints, or the Aints, or the Who Dat, or the So Whats, or whatever nickname they choose to call themselves. So now they have a new quarterback there in New Orleans with Jameis Winston, a former cast-off from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who got cut last year to make room for Tom Brady. So, and also there have been some interesting twists last year. The Cleveland Browns, they won 11 games last year, made the playoffs in the wild card. Like I said, I expect great and better things from them. And of course, one of my favorite players from the Atlanta Falcons, he decided to leave because he got tired of waiting for Matt Ryan and the gang to get their act together in Atlanta. So he decided to take his act to Nashville, to the Tennessee Titans. So hopefully he'll bolster the Tennessee Titans wide receiver core, and also help Ryan Tannehill stretch that defense out. All right, so enough of the chit-chat. So now let's get on with what we're talking about here. Our picks. Like I say, if you're looking for some analytical information, data, and all that good stuff, you can just tune into ESPN, watch College Game Day and all the other college football shows if you want the expert. But if you're looking for some clean, fun, entertaining predictions and prognostications with some humor, you come to the right place. Like I say, I might throw in a little bit of analytical information like I just mentioned a few minutes ago. But a lot of it is all in humor and in good fun. So we got that cleared up. So now let's get busy and let's get started on this, shall we? All right, we kicked off the NFL regular season with tonight's game between the defending Super Bowl champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hosting the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott back under the helm. Like I said, of course, Dak Prescott, tore his knee or Achilles tendon. I forgot what it was last season, and missed the bulk of last year because of injury. And now he's back. So we'll see how that Cowboys offense run now with Dak Prescott under center. And of course, we expect more from Ezekiel Elliott with that running game, stuff like that. So, and of course, Tom Brady being Tom Brady. He still has Godwin, still has Mike Evans, and of course he has the troublemaker Antonio Brown. Like I said, I'm not knocking him for his football ability. And like I said, and also he got the Grunk, Ron Gronkowski, his formidable tight end. So with all that being said, I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will squeeze out a close win over the Dallas Cowboys, aka the Cowpokes. They're down in Tampa Bay. All right. Speaking of my home state team, the Atlanta Falcons, they opened up the season at home at Mercedes-Benz Studio, hosting another bird, the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, they got rid of Carson Wentz, and they got, who do they got? What's his name? The quarterback, former quarterback from Alabama. Like I said, I'm not sharp on this, and I apologize. I should do some more research. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, that's his name. Like I said, I knew he'll come to me. Jalen Hurts got drafted, season before last from Alabama. So he's now under center there in Philadelphia. So, well, like I said, I'm hoping for Matt Ryan. This is his 14th season, and I'm hoping that the Falcons will do better this year, and I'm hoping that they'll make the playoffs this year. Even though, like I said, like I mentioned before, Julio Jones is gone. He got tired of waiting to get another opportunity to go back to the Super Bowl, so he took his talents to Nashville. Take a little drive up I-75 north and actually I-65, I stand corrected. He took 75 from Atlanta to Chattanooga, and then take I-24 from Chattanooga to Nashville. I gotta get my geography straight here. So with that being said, we're going to go with my home state team, the Falcons, to get their first win of the season. All right. Moving right along here. What we got here? All right, here's what we got scheduled up for this Sunday. We got a big AFC matchup where we got the Pittsburgh Steelers with Ben Roethlisberger and company traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills and Josh Allen. And of course, Josh Allen signed that big mega contract extension to stay in Buffalo. So hopefully that he'll make good with that money. Stuff like that. So with that being said, Big Flim's pick is going to go with the Buffalo Bills over the Steelers in a close one. All right, our next matchup, we have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio, to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, aka the Bungles. Right now, we don't even know who their starting quarterback is. Well, actually, I stand corrected. It's Joe Burrow. He got drafted last year. He won a national championship last year with LSU. The LSU Tigers, the Bengal Tigers. Go Tigers. So he's coming back off of injury as well. So we'll see how he does. But with Kirk Cousins and the crew up there in Minnesota, like I said, I think that offense should probably tighten up a little bit. So with that being said, we will pick the Minnesota Vikings over the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, our next pick, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, to take on the Detroit Lions, aka the Kitty Cats. Well, Jimmy Garoppolo, like I say right now, Mike and Kyle Shanahan, right now they're trying to figure out what they need to do to get their ship back on track here, stuff like that. So, and also, of course, Matthew Stafford has left the Lions. Like I said, he decided to leave after 9 years there in Detroit. Never made the playoffs, so he decided to take his talents down to LA to be a quarterback for the Rams. We will get the Rams shortly. But I think we're going to stick with Jimmy Garoppolo and company with the Lions, the 49ers over the Lions. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition for Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season here on Big Flem Radio and TV.
Flem Radio wants you to know that approximately every 51 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. Buzz driving can also cause huge financial penalties with fines and legal fees. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk. Find out more at nhtsa.org. Gnarly, dude. This is Jess Bacoli. When I'm out hanging 10, catching the waves, checking out the chicks, and skipping Mr. Hand's class, I'm just listening to Big Flem radio and TV. Oh.
All right. Welcome back, folks. I'm sure by now, if you haven't heard, like I said, I've been on the air off and on sporadically over the last couple of years. That we host a podcast channel called Big Flem's Radio and TV. It comprises of 6 podcast channels dedicated to music, sports, mainly NFL and college football for now, but we may expand over time. Also music and talk and veterans issues and information. So please, by all means, please check it out. Check out the website at www.bigflemradiotv.com. Again, that's www.bigflemradiotv.com. That's BIGFLEMRADIO Now, if you want to be a guest picker, guest prognosticator on this episode of Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition or the college football edition, or if you want to make a dedication or request a song, or if you want to be a guest commentator on one of our talk shows, or if you just got any comments or concerns or criticisms, if you want to levy some criticisms, by all means, please let us know by emailing us at bigflemradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflemradiotv@gmail.com. Also, we're in the social media world as well as folks. We have a Twitter handle at Flem_radio. Again, that's Flem, Flem, as in Mike, _ radio, RADIO. You can also send us a tweet with that above information. And also, we have a Facebook group page for Big Flem Radio and TV. And also, we have a YouTube channel under the name Big Flem Radio and TV. Like I said, there's not that many videos on there because it's been a while since I did a video, but I'm starting to get back into that again. So everything is in motion right now, folks. So please bear with me, and I do apologize. So right now, we stand to try to make this podcast better. So. And also, don't forget to check out our online store. Like I said, we got some very interesting merchandise or merch with Big Flem Radio and TV theme. You know, you want to buy for your friends, your loved ones, your spouse, your kids, your in-laws, your co-workers, strangers from Mars, a stranger, alien from Mars, whoever. You know, so please check out the website, check out the online store, and also check out the social media platforms. So, with all that being said, let's get back into our Big Flem Pigskin Picks NFL edition for week 1 of the NFL season. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, that tonight begins the regular season with the Dallas Cowboys going to Tampa Bay to take on the defending Super Bowl champions. So let's continue on. All right. Sorry for that little brief pause there. Like I said, I had to get my schedule out here. All right, our next pick, we have the Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray and company traveling to the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, to take on the Tennessee Titans. Like I said, Tennessee Titans did pretty good this year. Last season, making it to the playoffs, and also they did a little well in the offseason. Like I said earlier, that they acquired the former Atlanta Falcon wide receiver Julio Jones. That way will definitely help stretch out the defense and also expand on Ryan Tannehill's throwing ability to throw a long bomb. He has a long bomb threat out there with Julio Jones, and also he has his pro running back Derrick Henry, and also got that strong defensive line as well. And also I'd like to give a shout out to my soon-to-be former Phase 2 Senior Leaders Course instructor, Master Sergeant Stinson. I forgot to mention your first name, but if you're listening, I want to give out a shout out to you because you're a diehard Tennessee Titan fan, and of course you're a diehard Tennessee Volunteers fan. So I want to give you a shout out there. And also, if I want to make you happy, Big Flem's Pigskin Picks pick the Titans over the Cardinals in a close one. All right, our next pick, we have the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Like I said, Carson Wentz was supposed to start, but he got banged up and he's out for part of the season, or at least the first quarter of the season. Right now, I don't know who will be the backup to step in for starting of season one. But of course, there's no explaining about Seahawks. You got Russell Wilson. Right now some people are talking it might be a possible MVP candidate this year. Right now it's too early to tell because it's the first game of the season, but we'll see. But Russell Wilson, he's still got the goods, to take them back to the playoffs and hopefully back to the Super Bowl. So with that being said, we're going to go with the Seattle Seahawks over the Indianapolis Colts in their week one matchup. And also forget to mention that Phillip Rivers also retired because he was the quarterback last year, and plus he got banged up last year. So, all right, moving right along, we have the LA Chargers. I'm about to say San Diego Chargers. Would have been nice if they stayed in San Diego, but they decided to make their move to LA in that brand new stadium, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Like I said, I highly suggest you check it out. It's a brand new facility. It's nice. And if you're flying into LAX airport, coming in, you'll get a lucky chance to fly right over that stadium, especially during game time, because they have a nice illuminated roof where it shows videos and all that good stuff when you fly in. That is awesome from what I read and what I've seen driving by the stadium. So I'm hoping to get a chance to go catch either a Chargers game or LA Rams, aka the Sheep game. But we'll see. But right now they're heading to DC to FedEx Field to take on the Washington football team. Right now they still haven't gotten a name yet for their new team. And I heard that there's a possibility that hopefully they should have a team name by next season, by 2022 season. But maybe, hey guys, maybe you can throw this one out there for you. How about the Washington Politicians? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It may sound corny, but hey, I try. So, and like I said, you got Hay Bear. He got drafted last year, and he did pretty good for them last year. So, with that being said, we're going to go with the Chargers over the Washington football team. All right, our next pick, we have the woeful New York Jets, Jets, Jets. They travel down to the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina, to take on the Carolina Pathetic Panthers. And with their quarterback, I forgot the name of him. No, it's not for Cam Newton. He's not going back. I don't think they want him back. But anyway, I think that game will be a toss-up, but I will probably lean towards the Carolina Panthers in this game. All right, moving right along. Now we have the Jacksonville Jaguars with their rookie head coach, Urban Meyer, and also their top draft pick. Picking in this year's draft, Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, making his NFL pro debut in this game as he traveled to Houston, Texas to take on the Texans. And of course, you know about the drama down there with Deshaun Watson with his sexual harassment, sexual misconduct charges been piling up. Last I heard, it was like 22 women trying to testify against him. So that's a big mess down there as far as quarterback, and plus the drama he put up before all that came out, that he didn't want to play for the Texans. He wanted to be traded, and the Texans don't want to trade him. So we'll see how that drama plays out. So far, there was only one NFL team that had an interest in him, and that was the Miami Dolphins. And I don't know if that still holds true. And right now, we don't even know who their starting quarterback is. So like I said, I haven't done much thorough research on some of this information, so I apologize for that. I hope I can do better. But I want to see Trevor Lawrence succeed in the NFL, so we're going to give this a close game. We're going to give it to the Jaguars in a close one, with Trevor Lawrence with his first win of the season, and also for Urban Meyer, former Ohio State Buckeyes, and the Florida Gators, those hater Gators, coach. All right. And this is going to be a key matchup here. This will be our Big Flem's Pigskin pick of the week. We got the hot Cleveland Browns traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Chiefs, the winner of the AFC last year, the loser in the Super Bowl, of course. Like I said, Tom Brady, that defense put a beating on Patrick Mahomes, and that offensive line really struggled, man. I tell you, they really struggled. So And they said, I heard on the radio this morning that they beefed up their offensive line. So hopefully they get the cobwebs out, and then hopefully they'll have a great season, and hopefully they'll have a chance to make a run for the Super Bowl again. All right. And like I said, with the upstart Browns, like Baker Mayfield finally got his stride. Getting his act together. So we'll see how the season unwinds for Cleveland. But I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes in a close one. So, all right, folks, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition for Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season here on Big Flem Radio and TV.
Hey there, folks. This is Lorenzo Big Flem Fleming, creator and host of Big Flem Radio and TV, with a very important PSA in regards to COVID-19. As you know, our world has been ravaged by the coronavirus pandemic that has upended our normal daily routines. We must do our part to minimize the spread of COVID-19 by practicing social physical distancing, which is 6 feet space between each other, wear a face mask or shield, use hand sanitizer at all times, and wash our hands constantly for at least 20 seconds. Big Flem Radio and TV is sending our prayers for those who have been infected and recovering from this virus. Our hearts go out to those who lost loved ones and friends to this COVID-19 scourge. Please stay safe and do your part to help minimize the spread of COVID-19 until an FDA-approved vaccine is available. Big Flem Radio and TV cares.
Hi, you've reached Heineken USA. We're not in right now, but if you have a story you'd like to share with us, tell us. All right, beep's coming up.
I stopped at a buddy's house this weekend, and when I walked in, he was vacuuming the floor with an old canister vac. He's got the hose in one hand and a hiney in the other. When he turned to look at me, he hit the end of the retractable power cord, pulling it out of the electrical socket. The cord whipped around in the air like a snake. The plug hit him right between the eyes just as he had turned to look at me. He never saw it coming. It knocked him right on his butt. He didn't have the vacuum in hand, but he was still holding his Heineken. Never spilled a drop. My kind of man. Arr, arr.
Well, at least he has his priorities in order. If you want to share a story you've heard over a Heineken, call 1-800-44-RED-STAR. The machine is always on. Talk to you later. Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hey folks, welcome back. Well, we're going to continue on our last set of picks here before we wrap up this Week 1 edition of Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL edition for week number 1 here on Big Flem Radio and TV. Now let's go back to where we left off, folks, shall we? All right, now our next picks, we're going to have the Miami Dolphins. It's going to be an AFC East Division matchup here, beginning of the season. We got Miami Dolphins, where we got Tua, I forgot how you pronounce his last name. He was a quarterback from Alabama, another one. He had a successful rookie year last year. Helped him make it to the playoffs for the first time in ages. Stuff like that. So right now they're continuing to build on their success down in Miami as they go to Foxborough to take on Matt Jones that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, who got drafted this year from Alabama, won a national title as well. So this is going to be an interesting game, the battle of Alabama quarterbacks that won national titles. So like I said, Matt Jones is a rookie, but I'm hoping that Maya would the quarterback from Miami. My brain's starting to get a brain cramp here. So hopefully that experience will rub off. So I would give the Dolphins a close edge win over the Patriots in that first meeting in the AFC East over Matt Jones. Matt Jones and the Patriots in his rookie year. So 2 Alabama quarterbacks facing each other. That'll be interesting. All right, our next pick, we have the Green Bay Packers. Of course, we know the story about Aaron Rodgers, how he didn't want to come back this season because he felt management has been mistreating him and making him look bad and all that good stuff. So I'm glad that he hopefully try to work out their differences and work out their issues as he leads the team as they traveled down to, actually it was supposed to be a home game in New Orleans to play the Saints, but because of Hurricane Ida a week and a half ago, they had some damage, storm damage and everything there in New Orleans, so the game is moved to Jacksonville, Florida. So, and also like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, like I said, there's a new quarterback in town there, the Saints. Jameis Winston, former quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so he's familiar with the Saints and playing in the AFC South. So, but right now, hopefully Aaron Rodgers can continue with his consistency and lead his team back to the playoffs and maybe make it back to the Super Bowl again. Who knows? Because everybody's talking about Jordan Love, from what I gather. Not too many people are comfortable with Jordan Love. That was their pick they made last year in the draft. And that would kind of start some issues with Aaron Rodgers and the organization. But getting back to the task at hand, we picked the Packers over the Saints in this matchup here. All right, and we got the next matchup. We have the Denver Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater. He got another opportunity to be a quarterback, so now he'll be the starting quarterback with the Broncos, something that the Broncos have been needing since Peyton Manning retired a couple of years ago. They just hadn't had that consistent quarterback to lead their offense. And hopefully Terry Bridgewater will get that opportunity to prove them wrong and to be the man to help bring back prominence to the Bronco organization. As they travel to MetLife Stadium to take on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants, a.k.a. the Midgets. Right now, Daniel Jones, from what I read and heard, that he kind of struggled in the preseason, and right now this is like his third season in the NFL, so it's kind of like do or die for him and the Giants. So, but we're going to lean with Denver and Teddy Bridgewater with experience. Right, our next matchup will be an NFL matchup. We have the Chicago Bears, with their first-round pick, Justin Fields, former Georgia quarterback. He started a few games and then he got impatient and then he left the program and went to Ohio State. He led Ohio State to the college football playoffs last year. I think he lost to Clemson in the semifinals, but he made a name for himself up there in Ohio State, the Buckaroos. So now he got his chance. He's going to get his chance being the quarterback for the Bears. So, and right now they're heading to LA to SoFi Stadium to take on Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. Like I said, they made a big change in quarterback last season when they got rid of Jared Goff and bring in some experience with Matthew Stafford, even though Matthew Stafford hasn't won a playoff game with the Detroit Lions in the 9 years he's been there, and also he's a former Georgia quarterback himself. So it'll be the battle of two Georgia quarterbacks. Like I say, I haven't heard much so far in the preseason about Matthew Stafford, but I like to give Justin Fields a shot. He deserves it. So we're going to pick the Bears over the Rams in a close one. And then our first Monday night matchup, we have the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson and company traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders in their second season in Sin City, in that brand new nice stadium, the Allegiant Stadium. If you're traveling to Las Vegas, I highly suggest you check out that stadium. It's pretty nice. It's right across the freeway, the 15 freeway from the Mandalay Bay Resort Casino. It's pretty nice. It's a nice stadium. But anyway, let's get back to the pick at hand. Right now, Derek Carr, he's in a do-or-die situation there as far as quarterback for the Raiders. So he got this season to prove himself that he is worthy to be kept there and stuff like that. So, and hopefully that offensive line will do better, as well as their defense. But I know Lamar Jackson can go light him up and stuff like that, with his offense and his explosive ability as quarterback. So we're going to lean towards the Ravens over the Raiders. All right, folks, we're going to do our recap of our Week 1 NFL picks for our 2021 season. Like I said, we picked the defending Super Bowl champs, the Buccaneers over the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys with Dak Prescott back on their center again. We have the Atlanta Falcons. Over the Eagles. We have the Bills over the Steelers. We have the Minnesota Vikings over the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bunkles. We have the 49ers over the Lions or the Kitty Cats. We have the Tennessee Titans over the Arizona Cardinals. This one's for you, Master Stimson, if you're listening. And also we have the Seattle Seahawks over the Indianapolis Colts. The LA Chargers over the Washington football team, or I would call them the Washington politicians. Then you got the pathetic Panthers from Carolina over the Jets. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence and company over the Houston Texans, And we have, this will be our Pigskin pick of the week. We picked the Kansas City Chiefs over the Cleveland Browns, and I forgot to mention. I want to give a shout out to Richard LeCount III. He's from my neck of the woods, Liberty County, Georgia, Riceboro, Georgia. He played at Liberty County High School, played for the University of Georgia, got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. So he's teaming up with another Bulldog player, Nick Chubb, the running back there. So hopefully they'll do well, but we're going to pick the Chiefs in this one anyway. Then we got the Dolphins in a close one over the Patriots. We got the Packers over the Saints, the Who-Dats, the So Whats, Bounty Gate. Still haven't forgotten about Bounty Gate. And then we got the Broncos over the Giants, aka the Midgets. Then you got the Bears over the Rams, the LA Sheep. And last but not least, the first Monday night game, we have the Ravens over the Raiders. So there goes our pick for week 1 of the NFL season for 2021. I hope you agree with some of my picks. If you don't, oh well. Hey, but that's your picks. But the main thing is to hope you enjoy the show. Like I said, if you're looking for expert analysis, analytical predictions and projections and all that good stuff, you can check out ESPN's College Game Day and any other college game telecast shows on ESPN or the Sports, Fox Sports or whatever. But if you're looking for a little fun, a little humor, and a little bit of the analytical stuff, you pick the right place here at Big Flem's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition. With that being said, we're going to wrap this up, and hopefully we'll see you again next week for week 2 of the NFL season here on Big Flem Radio TV. And also, please don't forget to check out Big Flem's Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week 2 as well. Like I said, we'll be broadcasting that one this weekend, so please check it out, and also check out all the other channels on Big Flem Radio and TV. Like I said again, please check out the website at www.bigflemradioandtv.com. Again, that's www.bigflemradioandtv.com. Until then, stay blessed, stay safe, practice social distancing, wear your mask even if you're vaccinated, love one another, treat one another with respect and dignity, and we'll get through this pandemic together. So do your part so we can get rid of this COVID-19. All right, peace and love. Be blessed. Here on Big Flem Radio and TV.
Hi, I'm here today because I'm addicted.
Big Flem Radio and TV.
Get ready. You know.
Now that's an addiction, man.